Yes, guys, welcome back to another weekly outlook for gold for the 14th of the 10th, 2024 by myself, Ryan, or you may know me as Xauusd. Jumping straight into it, I have started the weekly outlook today, based off the fact that the day today was a bank holiday in the US, therefore didn't trade it. I don't like to trade US bank holidays because obviously our pair is gold against the US dollar. Um, in addition to that, you won't have things like the New York Open, New York Close, New York Stock Exchange, all of that just stops because the banks aren't trading. So the volume is going to be lower in total. And the fact that your setups, if you're relying on volume, are going to be less probable to play out. But yeah, let's hop straight into it. Looking at the weekly then, as we can see, the previous weekly did have a hard rejection to the downside, rejection of 2,608 flat, pretty much, 2,605 to the bottom of that wick. Um, Finishing a week bullish with rejection wick, small body, and as you can see this week, today we've already started. We tried to break the highs, when about, to check that out, we tried to break the highs, which we did break the highs for about 30, 40 pips, and then instantly rejected. And now we started breaking our own lows. Um, Based off the fact, looking at this, because looking at the structure, obviously making high highs, high lows, we're very bullish overall on gold. Um, but the past couple of weeks, we've seen a big decrease in volume with these two small bodies from the 30th of September and 7th of October. And from these two rejections of downside, you would expect price to carry on continuing going bullish. However, yeah, that's not always the case. The markets decide what they want to do. And if we do continue to go bullish, I would expect to see, now we've broken the highs and instantly rejected on this current week, I would expect price to continue moving a bit more bearish, collecting more liquidity, collecting more orders into, if we are to go bullish, then if we break our current high now at any given time during the week, that's when I would expect price to continue bullish, if that's the case. If not, we've already enticed buyers into the market on the, like, maybe a swing trader or people that hold a position longer. We've already enticed the buyers into the market. So carrying on breaking its own low and grabbing more of this wick to the downside makes sense. We may even break the previous low at 2,603 area, 2,605 area, as you can see here, and grab a little bit more liquidity and may reject off that point after that. But we'll see what's going down on the daily first. So marking out our most recent resistance on the daily, we've got 2,672, pretty much 2,673. And I keep saying it all week, over the past 4, 5, 6 weeks, because we're at gold all-time new highs. Um, you can't, there's no data to go off in history. So you can't look at support, you can't look at resistances above that area to all-time new highs. There's nothing there. Now, what you can do, because there's no key levels to look back at, you can look at the price and you use them price areas as benchmarks. So in $5 increments, it makes a lot of sense to use. So we've obviously got 2,675, which would be down here at this level here, but obviously we've got this wick fill first at 2,685. So that would be your initial target, just to get that wick fill at least. And from that point, then go up in $5 increments, and 2,700, 2,705, and you get the idea. Going up in $5 increments, there'll be your benchmarks to go off. But of course, as you're going up 7,000, 710, 715, etc., obviously secure profits along the way. 'Cause at any given point, it could reject. It could reach M hold numbers, then reject. The markets, the banks, everything, they will do what they want to do. You don't control the market. They don't think, oh, Ryan over there in the market, he's 50 pips up on gold, and um, but he's got his TP at a whole flat number at 2,685. So we'll let it run to there first. They're smarter than us. So you just got to take your slice and leave it. And just based purely off the daily again. So Sorry, look, if we were to look at buys, I'm going to be waiting for a closure above 2672998, pretty much 2673, okay? And then we can expect price to continue bullish. Um, and just based off the daily, looking at sells, I want to see a closure below 2607990. To continue then going bearish, TP1 would be at this previous resistance area here, as you can see, at 2584, pretty much flat. Then running it down to 2557721, and then we'll run it down to the rest of these clean candles to the left, to 2526618. So I'd want to see a closure though below there. Later in the week, if it is, we do get that closure, we feel it kind of feel in this range down to 25577 area. And then we might range within there for a little bit. And if we do get a further closure below that, 2557721, then we're looking to take the sales after a closure below there again. See, he's got clean candles. Why do we wait for a closure? That signifies an indication of which direction the market wants to go after that. But number one rule, you have to make sure you've got clean candles to the left-hand side. So that's why I do that. And then obviously after that, later in the week, if we then come into this area, closing down below here, you're not going to really want to trade in here. And obviously this isn't daily. If you trade for daily, you don't really want to trade in here because it's very choppy. You'd want to wait again for a closure below this area here, 2485147. Then use these clean candles again, and so on, clean candles down below again. So that's the kind of gist of things. Based off the 4 hour, the buy side, you'd probably be looking not move it up a little bit to 2677450. Wait for the closure above there. Then you can use your benchmarks again, $5 increments, etc. As we just spoke about. It's 2710 as well. If we get a closure above 2677450. Now for sells, because we've now moved down to slow time frame on 4 hour, I'll be looking for a closure. Nice clean closure below 2637868. We've got these lovely clean candles coming down to our first target point at 2618629, and then to fill the rest of that range, where we've got our daily support as well, 2607990. And then again, later on in the week, if we do get that closure below there, then we've got lovely clean candles to the left-hand side to come down to another target point at 2584. So you can already see where we've marked out some areas on the daily. It really nicely coincides with lower time frames like the 4 hour and going down. So there are two areas I'll be looking at on the 4 hour. We've still got a nice target marks that we've put into the daily. Really, really clean. If we do work our way down during the week, really clean here. I love this area. If you get that closure below 2557721, really nice clean candles. So sales looking really nice there, and of course the buys are all-time new highs. Always added risk because you don't have that previous data, but wait for a closure above this consolidation. If we do carry on that market structure on the overall high time frames, that is the goal to go for. Then we like to break it down to the 1 hour. Again, go to the 1 hour, go to the half an hour and the 15 minute. Let me just check this out. So obviously still live market, still running. Very choppy because it's been a bank holiday as well. Like I said, less volume, unlikely probable setups play out, so that's why it's so choppy. We've also got a few clean candles here, but yeah, nothing really clear. I like to say the cleanest candles I can identify here. We could use this as a benchmark. So we've got these that probably for later in the week, but initial benchmark. You're going to be looking, obviously it's a bit of a rejection error as you can see from these wicks here, but we're going to be looking at 2645657 first. Just because, yes, we've got these wicks, so we can use these as a wick fill, 20, 30 pips wick fill. You can use that if you get the closure below, and then you've got these clean candles below after that. That's really it. Apart from that, it really starts to get messy on the left, as you can see down here, until we get the closure below 2632. I know it's a long way off, but you don't really want to be trading into chop. For buys as well, I mean, you could make a resistance at any given point in this area here. Then you've got these clean candles to the left if you get a closure above. So if I draw an example out for you, um, let's just grab so carry on. Say for example, if we carry on ranging in this area here, and then So this is our resistance here, and this is our support here. And then if you get a closure above, like so, then that works for buys because you have these clean candles to the left-hand side, and you can take the buys up to this area here. Um, then after that, it gets a bit choppy. Um, so that's what I'm looking at on for 15 minute slash half an hour. Apologies for the dogs. Um, So yeah, apart from that, I'll be looking for the clean cat closure above below 2632. We've got these lovely clean candles to work. We do have to be careful if it's no bottom wick here, as you can see, because I do often see reactions after that. But then if it's later in the week, I'll be looking for the closure below 2623, 365. Lovely clean candles all the way down to this kind of area, 2617, 500 area. And then looking after that, you've got more clean candles, and then you've got that nice big wick fill as well, looking at this area that we've pointed out earlier on the high time frame. So that works nicely. Um, then of course we've got the target areas of these clean candles. But after that, chop, 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 chop. I want to ignore that. Let's have a look to the left-hand side. So we have got um if we get this closure above here, let me just check to the left-hand side. Mark that out on our most recent resistance. Then we go left. And we have got this nice wick fill, so we've got another buy area there at 2669980, pretty much 2670 flat. So we've got really nice like 40, 50 pip range there. And then after that, let me check to the left-hand side. Bit choppy after that. Then you're going to be wanting to look for wait for a closure above 2673930. Nice clean candles up to 2677450 area. Then after that, you're going to be wanting to wait for closure above these wicks here. 2678840, and then you've got the clean candles coming up to this kind of target area here, 2685. So yeah, nice benchmarks for the rest of the week to go from. Hope you're all well, looking after yourself. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next YouTube video. Or